So, okay. So now we have the next speaker here. So his name is Kamal Jahid. He's from Morocco, when I'm not mistaken. And so I know his reels since longer time, and they are really touching, I must say, because they have always related to, so he's making podcasts and videos, and they are very often related to Poland. I must say that I really like them and they're really touching. So I reached out to him and was interested to invite him to speak here, and he did. So I thank you very much for this. So he has like an Instagram channel of the private one with 25,000 followers, and the Warsaw Confidential, that is the podcast, has 32,000, so that's quite impressive. And because he was always very stylish, I like that too. Yeah, I can teach you a little bit. I really must say. So he's like his own brand, Mark brand. He will tell more about this, what you're doing there. And yeah, so his speech will be how to build brands with powerful stories. And so welcome, please come here.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So I don't have slides, so we're going to use your imagination to be with you.
And this is for you. I'll just leave it here.
So I'll just take it like this. Steve Jobs once said, the most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. And he wasn't talking about fairy tales or unicorns. He meant business. And in business, the one who tells the story controls the perception. And who controls the perception controls the outcome. Now, who has here watched the movie Inception? All right. So, it's a dream within a dream within a dream, right? And today we're doing exactly that. A story within a story within a story. I'm going to go deeper. Perhaps we're going to meet DiCaprio, we'll see. So, the story I'm about to share with you is how I saved my company from bankruptcy. Pretty much from being deported from Poland. You know how they are about immigration here. They don't joke around. And so I went to the show Shark Tank. Do you guys know what Shark Tank for investors to raise funds? And it's the Moroccan edition. And I remember the moment before I walked in the stage, I saw the 5 investors. They were unbearably bored, and I knew I was in trouble. One was playing with the phone, the other was yawning. And for some reason, in my head, I said, I don't have to start by introducing myself and say, hey, my name is Kamal, and I have this amazing brand. I knew I would be dead in the water. So I said, I'm going to start. I flipped the script. Instead of introducing myself, my brand, and who I am, I just give them one line that changed everything. Here it is. I said, Germans have their cars. The Swiss have their watches. And Americans, they have finance and technology. But we, Moroccans, we have heritage and craftsmanship. And then everyone was sadly leaning in, and I knew I had their attention. So I said, I'm going to proceed with this story. And that story that I told them is how I built this brand, Meknes, Meknes is the name of my city where I was born, but it was the K. I just changed the Q, which means quality, but this is another story. But before the Shark Tank show, the story goes back to 2008, when I was getting ready to come to beautiful Poland as a simple student. As I was preparing my luggage and everything, my grandfather came to me and he gave me this beautiful bag. It was rare, it had a soul, something was special about it. And he said, son, I want to give you this bag, and I want you to travel the world with it. So take it and protect it. I took it, took my first flight. I got lost in the airport in Frankfurt. It was so big, first time traveling, and I didn't know how to fasten my seat belt. It was an incredible day, and I landed in Poland, and one thing led to the other, and the rest is history. One day I was at the airport in Paris. As I walked with my bag, that I have with me here, I'll show it to you later, I hear this man running after me. he's out of breath, and he said, excuse me. I turn and I say, yeah? He said, look, I am a collector, and this, what you have, is incredible. I'm about to tell you something crazy, but hear me out. I said, yeah, go ahead. He said, I'll give you $1,000, and you give me this back right here. I looked at the man, and I was thinking, well, it's gotta be a joke, some camera somewhere. He said, no, I'm very serious, and I want to buy this back. I said, listen, man, this is insane, it's beautiful, but I will not do it. You could give me 50K, I will not take it, because it has a sentimental value to me. He said, listen, where can I buy it? I said, you can't, they don't do this anymore. He said, well, listen, maybe one day you could do some brand and get in touch with me. I said, maybe. So I took his business card and I flew back. But since he incepted this idea, like the movie Inception, it had worked on me day after day, week after week, month after month. For 2 or 3 years, I've been thinking about this. And I said, I have to do it, because everybody asks me about this bag. What is it special about this bag? And I decided to launch the brand. And except I had no experience, obviously no money, nothing. What should I do? And I decided to do Kickstarter. It's a crowdfunding campaign. And I went to Kickstarter, I did some research, and I've seen all the bags companies. They were all selling features. This bag, you can charge your phone. This bag, you can sleep inside it. It's some bullshit features. I was like, nah, man, this is not us. So I have to do something. I have to tell a story. So I went back to Morocco. I did some research. And I actually realized that the artisans who are making this bag, they are kind of dying off. There is no more real artisans making these bags. You know, their kids, they don't want to be artisans. They want to be TikTokers, YouTubers. And so there was really few artisans left in Morocco who can really make beautiful craftsmanship. And I said, hey, I'm going to just tell the story to the world and see what's going to happen. So I went to Morocco, and we shot a beautiful 15-minute documentary style video, just telling the story. Hey, we're here in Morocco, these are the last artisans, we interviewed them, we try to show the world why this is important to buy this bag. And the crazy thing is, in this 1 month, we made 100K dollars in 30 days. So I thought to myself, this is it. I'm going to be a billionaire. This is going to be my new life. And so we launched the campaign. It was successful. We shipped the bags. Everybody was happy. I see one. There is one who supported them. Thank you for supporting us. We have here one of them. And one thing led to the other. And I said, hey, let's do another campaign. After 2 years, we launched it, and it was a complete disaster. I was so cocky, so confident. I wanted to design everything, you know, laptop bags, wallets, belts, everything. But I had no experience. I just was too excited. And that's when the company started going down. And that's when I said, okay, what am I going to do now? And that's when the Shark Tank idea came. So I went to Shark Tank. And when I walked, again, when I see these people, my numbers were a disaster. And I had to tell them the story. And so today, I just want to quickly share with you some techniques that will help you polish your stories. The first one is the rule of but and therefore. Most people tell the story like this. I have this company that before I did, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's boring. Nobody's buying your story. Great storytellers, they say, this happened, but this happened, therefore this happened. This rule creates tension, it creates emotion, it creates connection. So for example, you could say, I met this beautiful girl on Tinder. We set the date, I was excited, happy. But 10 minutes before, I saw a missed call. And I knew what was that. She was about to cancel our date. So I called, and I said, hey, I just saw your call, what's going on? She said, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. Is that okay? I was like, oh, thank God. Yes, of course. no worries. So I went to the date, we had a beautiful conversation, deep questions, everything. But her ex showed up, and I see her attention shifting towards. And I asked her, hey, what's going on? What's up with this guy? He's like, he's my ex, and I don't know. Therefore, I told her, listen, we have to get out. Let's go somewhere fun. So we went somewhere fun, started dancing, enjoying ourselves. But, so I could go on and go on, you get the idea. So, if you're telling a story, always try to put the but and therefore instead of saying then, and then, and then. The next thing is the power of silence. Unfortunately, a lot of people use filler words. When we're about to say something, we say, like, And as a podcast host, there's nothing that pisses me off is a guest who says and ahs every 2 seconds. Last year, I launched the podcast now a year and a half, and I've done about 90 interviews. About 10% of them, I completely scratched them because I just couldn't. My editors were so pissed. It's like, man, we can't, because I told them, hey, I hate this and ahs, and you have to delete everything. Now, actually, with AI, you can remove this automatically, which is nice. So we kind of saved these interviews. So if you are using and ahs, you are disconnecting. People will immediately disconnect. And just use the power of silence. When I walked here and I said, I had nothing but I had the story. It's not the worlds that landed, it's the pause between them. Because silence creates authority. And filler words destroy it. So, 3 techniques of, obviously I can go on and go on. And also, when you're telling your story, don't try to be perfect and amazing. You have to share your vulnerable moment. The guys here, for example, when they shared this beautiful story of running club, I was hoping to hear about your down times. Why did you do this? Carolina here, I don't know where she is, told an amazing story. She started with the pain. She was not perfect. She's blind, and I was immediately hooked. She didn't use once the and the ahs. Perfect. She just needed to use a little bit of but and therefore, and she would have a perfect story. But bravo, Carolina. Where is she, Carolina? Oh, bravo. Beautiful story. And yeah, so these are the power of stories. So, because after all this, I realized one simple thing. People, they don't buy products. They buy meaning. And a story gives a meaning. So go out there and tell your story. Thank you very much. Some questions, feel free.
Let's see the bag.
Oh yeah, let's give the bag. This is actually the sophisticated version of it. So this is because the idea, I don't know if you can guys see it, but should I I'll put it here. There you go. So this guy, we sold it for $500, and we did the Kickstarter. We had no name, no brand, nothing. I just did the calculations and everything. We said, let's just put 500. And they went like, as we say in French, comme des petits pains. So this is it. This is everything. But it is not the bag that my grandfather gave me, because that one is like in a museum. It's very protected. It's sitting there. This is the ultimate version, because if we're going to talk about business, when I tried to sell this artistic version, it's not perfect. And I knew that Europeans or Americans, they would not buy this artistic version. So we had to upgrade it. And we used European materials so that's the essence of the brand, is mixing the Moroccan heritage with the European details and finishes. So here it is. Another question? Yeah?
Are your bags made in Morocco?
No, they are made here. So the bags are inspired by the Moroccan heritage and made in Poland, actually, with Polish artisans. Because, again, to be completely honest, because since we're being in storytelling, when I tried to make the bags in Morocco, I immediately gave up this because it was so annoying to work with them. They were like not professional. the zipper, like when I tell them, hey, we need to make strong zippers, they're like, nah, baby, it's okay, it's gonna be fine, nobody's gonna care. I'm like, no, man, it has to be perfect. So all these small details, I didn't get them, but it's a good question. Because when I was looking for this, I just knew I can't make a high quality bag that I can sell for 500 euros in Morocco. It's just impossible. And so I met this guy from Denmark, Hudson, and he said, you know, we need to meet Hasha. She has a small workshop here, you have to meet her. So I showed her the bag that my grandfather gave me. And she immediately fell in love, which even gave me more confidence to do the project. And she's like, yeah, this is wrong, the zippers are wrong, this, we can make you amazing. And she did. And when she gave me the upgraded, the European version, I knew we had a business. So here we are. Any other question?
Why did you choose to come to Poland?
Oh, wow. That's that's another story, man. We need like another hour for this. So the short version is I was in a student organization called ISIP, and I met a girl. She's also here. Where is she? Here she is. And ISIC is about changing the world. We call ourselves the agent of change. So poetic. And I was actually going to Turkey. And I was excited. I was like, you know, it's not so different from Morocco. It's going to be amazing. And then 2 days before, and here's the but. So I was going to Turkey, but 2 days before they told me, no, we gave your position to my cousin. So this girl is like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? It's like, yeah, you know, he's more qualified, blah, blah, blah. I was so pissed. And I said, what are you sending me? Like, we're sending you to Poland. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Where is Poland? You know, and we're talking about 2008, so none of this existed. And I was so pissed. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Poland. And I talked with my mother. She's like, son, listen, you were going to Turkey. Are you crazy? You're going to learn nothing. It's the same. Poland is completely different. That's where you're going to grow. And her words, they really resonate with me. I said, all right, Poland it is. And I said, okay, let's go to Poland. So I came to Poland as a student. Obviously, I had the fun of my life. And I said, you know what? I am staying. And actually, in the podcast, because a lot of people, they ask these questions. And every time I was trying to be creative and come up with some interesting answer. And the best one that went viral is, I said, you know what? When I came to Poland, the moment I touched the ground, I felt like I had lived here before. My name was probably Kamil, and I just knew I was here. It was a spiritual moment. I wish it's true, because I really can't explain why I love Poland. It's just there. And the only explanation is a spiritual one, is I lived here in the past. And yeah, I hope it answers your question.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's take one more. That's it? That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who wants to buy this bag, by the way?
How much does it cost? How much does it cost?
This is actually the last one. We don't make them anymore. So.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was great, I must say. And yeah, so we will now make a break, and after that we will make the business networking. And we have 10 minutes break, and I would like. It's like maybe 5-6 strong guys that would help me a little bit to rearrange the chairs in a way that we can, like, there were always 2 chairs standing in front of each other. And one small remark, please, like everybody who has not, who arrived later and did not pay the 35 zlotys, I would kindly ask you to do it. And yeah, so yeah, we will see each other in 10 minutes, and get maybe some drinks downstairs and visit the bathroom.